You are lying in bed. The dark room is silent, your body perfectly still. You are entirely safe. But inside your head, that stillness fractures. You are suddenly back in an argument from years ago, feeling the same heat in your chest as if the other person were standing in the room with you. The human mind can artificially recreate events that have already ended. Your body is resting in the present, but your brain forces you to experience the stress of a conflict that no longer exists outside of your own thoughts. In nature, every moment occurs and then it passes, but our memory often violates this rule. We create a circular loop on the timeline, refusing to let a finished moment actually die. By refusing to let the past conclude, we carry invisible weights into our future, cluttering the present with the debris of things that are already over. A classic Buddhist story isolates how we do this to ourselves. It follows two monks, one senior, one junior, on a long journey. They live by strict vows intended to keep their minds clear and their lives simple. Their path is eventually blocked by a raging river. On the bank stands a young woman, terrified and unable to cross the current without drowning. The junior monk remembers his vows, which forbid any physical contact with women. He says nothing, ignores the woman's plight, and crosses the river alone. The senior monk, however, picks the woman up. He carries her through the water, sets her down safely on the other side, and continues his walk. The physical obstacle was now completely gone. The purpose of the moment was fulfilled. The monks and the woman parted ways, and the journey continued in silence. Hours later, the monks are miles away from the water. The sound of the crashing river has been replaced by the quiet rustle of the forest. The senior monk is entirely present in this new environment. For him, the river and the woman are physically gone, so they are mentally gone as well. He is moving at the same speed as time itself. On the top half of this diagram, a dot moves freely along the path. On the bottom, a second dot is tethered by a thick cord. This is the junior monk. His body is walking forward, but his mind is still anchored to the riverbank. He followed the rules perfectly and avoided all physical contact. Yet as he walks, his mind is becoming clouded and agitated by what he saw his companion do. By clinging to the rule, he has lost his peace. He is physically free, but mentally he is dragging a burden that grows heavier with every mile. The silence between them becomes strained. The junior monk's frustration builds until he can no longer contain it. He finally snaps, demanding to know how the senior monk could violate their sacred vows. To him, the act of carrying the woman was a betrayal of their entire way of life. In his mind, the senior monk's choice is an ongoing error that is actively ruining the sanctity of their journey. The junior monk is exhausted, not by a physical passenger, but by the memory of one. He is still fighting a battle that ended hours ago. The senior monk looks at him and says, "I left the woman at the river's edge miles ago. Why are you still carrying her?" Here, helping the woman is an isolated block. Once over, there's a clean cut. The senior monk let the moment die. The junior monk missed that cut. Focused on rules, he hauls the past into the present, allowing it to consume his journey. This suggests that holding on to past frustration isn't something that just happens to us. It is an active choice to keep an old event alive. Past experiences only have value as lessons. Once the lesson is learned, the experience has no further use. When we hang on to old pain, we trap ourselves in a loop of our own making. It becomes impossible to focus on where we are going because we are too busy reliving where we have already been. To break that cycle, recognize a purpose is fulfilled. When the work is done, choose to put it down and keep walking. Think about the weights you are carrying today. Which of them did you actually leave at the river